Hi, my name is Christina O'Lear, and I collaborated with two of my wonderful peers on this project, Veronica Paz and Timothy Creel. The infographic I'll be discussing today is titled Pivot to Plan B. I'll discuss some class options we use when a class cancellation is necessary due to weather, illness, quarantine, or a pandemic, etc. We still strive for student engagement and collaboration since we know this helps facilitate the learning process. We know many of you had to pivot your classes to online delivery this past spring. As we go into the fall semester, there are still many unknowns about university class delivery, and potential changes to the delivery methods would not be a surprise to many folks. These tips are not time-consuming or difficult to implement. There are excellent asynchronous as well as synchronous options to consider. Most of these options not only enable students to engage actively with the material, but also enables them to interact with each other, which we know students crave. For asynchronous options, first we'll discuss Flipgrid. Flipgrid is a free social learning platform that students enjoy. The professor makes videos and the students can respond by making their own videos. It's very much like a social media platform, as you can use emojis too. You can add to or change your existing videos. You can also moderate student videos before they're posted for other students to view to decrease inappropriate usage. We use this tool in online courses to allow students to introduce themselves to help create connections. This tool can also be used to have a video-based discussion board instead of a traditional discussion board. Another great tool for asynchronous delivery is Kaltura. We use Kaltura for video quizzes, which we embed within videos. So we embed quizzes within a video, and this helps ensure student participation and comprehension. These Kaltura video quizzes can be embedded very easily in many LMS learning management systems. I use it in Canvas. For some synchronous tools, we'll talk about Zoom. And most of you are likely very familiar with Zoom. If not, you became very familiar with Zoom this past spring, likely. So I'll talk about a few ways we use Zoom to promote student engagement and collaboration. Students really like to use the Zoom breakout rooms. It allows them to connect online, and we use it for accounting problems in our classes. I assign the student groups an accounting problem to work on, and then I pop into each breakout room to ensure the group is making progress, and then I visit the next breakout room. This allows students to ask questions to their peers, which may be a bit more comfortable for some students who may be too shy to ask the professor. It also allows the stronger students to teach a student who may be struggling with the concept. This benefits the struggling student while also helping the stronger student who may find an area of confusion with the content that wasn't apparent to them before the session. After the breakout room, I bring the class together in the Zoom session to go over the problem solution and address any further questions. Another fun Zoom option is polling. Zoom polling is easy to use and to set up before the class. Or if a class seems lackluster, it's easy to create a quick poll with an interesting question to liven the class up. The polls can also be used to test their learning throughout the session, which may promote student attention if they know in advance there will be polling throughout the class session. The annotate function in Zoom is a great way for students to circle on the shared screen exactly where they might be stuck with a concept or problem. Students really enjoy this option, but it's not one without risk. It might be best used for a smaller class or an upper level class with the agreement that any sharing or annotating will be taken away if students use it inappropriately. Another way we use Zoom for synchronous accounting classes is to assign a student chat leader per session to moderate the student chat questions during the class. We also have a Plan B chat leader in case the dedicated chat leader either doesn't show up to class that day or doesn't know the answer to the question. This enables class to flow continuously when there are minor questions. If the two chat leaders don't know the answer to the question, then we know to jump in and explain the concept, as there are likely several other students who need the explanation also. As you know, it can also be risky to have the chat enabled during real-time sessions in the event that any inappropriate content is posted. To help alleviate issues, I let students know that the chat will be disabled if it isn't used appropriately. I also disable the private chats during the Zoom session within the Zoom settings. I hope you find some of these tips helpful.